Bonjour class. So I want to give you guys steps for this placement des adjectifs worksheet that you have. So remember, you can make corrections. If you'll just submit them to me by Monday by 3 p.m., I can quickly change your grade in PowerSchool at that point. So let's get started on giving you steps on how you can attack this. Okay, so exercise A, let me show you. Exercise A is down here, okay? So you have these blanks that you need to fill with these adjectives here, okay? These adjectives are already in the form that you need. You have to match them to the correct noun and correct placement. So what I would do first is I would determine the number and gender of each noun. Okay, so how do we do that? What you'll see, if you see un or le, this means that it is masculine and singular. If you say une and la, it is feminine and singular. This is where it gets tricky though. So if you see they or lay, it means that it is plural and you need to find the gender. Okay, we can easily do that. I'm going to show you. If I go to wordreference.com, and I think one of your examples, okay, the second one is les pays. Okay, for number 2, les pays. Okay, hold up. You wanted French to English. Okay. Okay, so I looked up pays and it means country. All right, you see right here it says noun. This N means that it is a noun and that it is masculine. It actually just shows you that in that part that pops up. It says non masculin. S'utilise avec les articles le, elle, un. Okay, so it's telling you that it is masculine. All right, you see the S at the end. So that also means that it's plural. Right, so we're going to determine the number and gender of each noun. Okay, those are what you're going to find in this first part right here, this first column, I guess you could say. Okay, now the second step, so what I would do is I would just write that out beside, right? So like right here beside les pays, where my cursor is, I would just put parentheses, masculine, plural. You can put an MP, okay? And you'll see, you'll match them up here in a sec. Okay, the second thing that I would do, I would determine the number and gender of the adjectives. Okay? So, how am I going to do that though? Let's look at an example. All right, the first two that we have are, petite and beau. Okay, petite right here has an extra E and an extra S. So with the extra E, we know that it is feminine, and with that S, we know that it is plural. For beau here, nothing on it has changed, okay? If it looks like, like the generic version of it, then it's going to be masculine, singular. Let's look at one more. Let's look at the next one. We've got nouvelle. That's a good one to look at, nouvelle. So hopefully you watched the other video and you will have seen that nouvelle is a very special type of irregular adjective, okay? So it's going to go before a masculine singular noun that starts with a vowel, right? Vowels are A, E, I, O, or U. Okay, so it's very special. Okay, so first step, you're going to determine the number and gender of each noun. Second, determine the number and gender of the adjectives. Third step is determine whether the adjective is a bangs or not. Okay, this is going to let you know whether it goes before or after. That'll help you match them up as well, because you'll see that, for example, number 1 and number 2 need an adjective that goes before, but number 3 needs an adjective that goes after. So that's also going to play into which one you actually choose. So for example, if we see petite, that is a before, right? Because it's what describes the size. Beau is also before because it's beauty. And nouvelle is before because it describes age. Let me see what the next one is so we can see. Let's see here. If we look at italiano, okay, I think it has an S at the end of it. Italien, and I don't want the English version, but we'll leave it there for now. That one's going to go after because that's not beauty, age, number, goodness, or size. So once you have all of those, okay, that will help you figure out which ones go together, right? So the number and gender of your noun has to match the number and gender of your adjective, or they won't go together, okay? And then, so say you have 2, right? So maybe 2 adjectives and 2 nouns are both masculine and singular. How are you going to know which one it goes with? That's where you look at step number 3, right? So either it's going to go on a blank before or a blank after. So the last thing is you need to match by gender, number, and placement. But once you have all this information, that's going to be a lot easier. Right, so an example, for number 1, you had un blank chapeau. Okay, so chapeau is, we have un, so we know it's masculine and it's singular. Okay, up here, I found an adjective that was both masculine and singular, beau. My blank is before, and let's look, did beau go before? Yes, so I'm gonna put beau there. Awesome, so that is exercise A. Okay, exercise B. Okay, on these ones, let me just be very clear. No worries about placement, only agreement. And this is practice with the irregular adjectives. Okay, so this, I explained this in my previous video, and it's on page 126, so you can see the full list. Either it's a double consonant before feminine E, or it adds an extra letter before the feminine E, or it's one of those special things, masculine, singular, before that. Okay, those are the 3 things that you might want to look at. So step 1 is going to be, of course, to determine the number and gender of the noun being described. So if we look at number 1, for example, we have avoir, something, and then we have unleash, something, and we want to put in the adjective bas. So voir, it doesn't show us here, it doesn't give us one of these, un, le, right? It doesn't give us any of these here for voir. So what am I going to do? I'm going to go over here to word reference. I'm going to type in voir, and it is going to tell me that it is a feminine noun. So I know that it is feminine and it's singular. Okay, I'm just going to write this in here. You don't need to write this on your page, but it might help you. It's feminine singular. I have ba, and it is one of those ones where we double the consonant. So it is going to become as. Okay. This one right here we have and if we look way up here, we have and it's masculine and singular. So These in parentheses are already given to a masculine singular. So I'm just going to say ba, right? There really isn't a step 2 because that's all you got to do. I just want to make sure you watch my video about irregulars and read through the info on pages 126, on page 126, okay? That's what's going to help you the most. Every single one of those is given as an example on page 126, so you just have to kind of flip back and forth to figure out if it's going to be a double consonant or if it's going to add an extra letter or if it's one of these special bangs. All right, well, thank you guys for watching this. Remember, you can do corrections, and if you need me, just send me an email. Thank you.